Today we're revealing a shocking true story from my friend's mother's experience where she went to the police station to free her framed son. But when her bag fell, the corrupt officer's attitude changed completely upon seeing what was inside. Before we dive into the shocking true story, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. It was a cold night. Light rain drizzled down as a mother walked briskly into the police station, her eldest son, David, right behind her. Her expression remained calm, but her eyes were sharp and filled with worry. "I need to see my son," she said firmly, her voice cutting through the casual chatter of indifferent officers. Behind the desk, a corrupt cop barely looked up, his attention still on the pile of documents in front of him. No response, no concern. The mother took a deep breath, keeping her emotions in check. Her youngest son, Michael, had been arrested without clear evidence, framed, and now sat behind bars with no fair legal process. David stepped forward. "We just want to know what charges you're holding my brother on." The officer scoffed, as if David's words meant nothing. "He was caught stealing. We've got evidence. If you can't afford bail, you better just go home." Every time the mother asked a question, the officers exchanged glances and sneered. "Can you pay the bail?" one of them asked, his tone dripping with mockery. She nodded. They chuckled, showing no intention of releasing her son. To them, she was just a poor mother clinging to empty hope. "Bail? It's not that simple, ma'am. Legal processes must be followed, unless you've got another way to speed things up." The officer raised an eyebrow, testing her reaction. She stayed calm. "How much?" The corrupt cops exchanged sly looks, their grins widening. $10,000. But judging by your appearance, that might be too much, right? David's fist tightened, but his mother held him back. "Fine. I'll pay. Right now." Silence fell over the room. Then, seemingly by accident, the mother dropped her bag. "Ladder." Gold coins rolled across the floor. Wads of cash lay scattered at her feet. Diamonds from her rings and necklaces sparkled under the dim police station lights. The room fell dead quiet. The officers who had mocked her were now staring wide-eyed. They scrambled up from their seats, rushing over with faces that had completely transformed. "Ma'am, where are you from?" one of them asked, his fake smile plastered on. She stood tall, gracefully picking up her bag. Her sharp gaze never wavered. "I am the wife of the owner of the northern oil fields." It was as if lightning had struck. Their attitude shifted in an instant. The ones who had been rude were now overly polite, offering her a chair, coffee, and fighting to help pick up the scattered gold coins. "In fact, we could expedite your son's release." "No extra fees needed," one officer said, his tone sickeningly sweet. Another, more cunning, edged closer. "Ma'am, if I may, could I get your phone number? Not just for this matter, but perhaps we could collaborate in the future." But she only offered a thin smile. Her voice was sharp yet poised. "I don't mix personal matters with those I cannot trust." Within minutes, Michael was released without further questioning. His handcuffs were removed, and he ran into his mother's embrace. "Mom, I thought I'd never get out of here," he said, his voice hoarse with relief. She gently stroked his hair. "It's over now. Let's go home." They walked out of the station, her hand firmly holding her son's. David stayed close, ensuring no one dared stop them again. At the door, the mother turned back, giving the officers a final look. They stood there, frozen in disbelief. They knew they had just lost their chance to exploit someone far more powerful than they had ever imagined. That night, a mother taught a valuable lesson. In a world that is often unjust, sometimes you need to use unconventional methods to fight injustice. Above all, she proved that a mother's love could shatter the pride of anyone who dared to harm her child.